Hello Gemini, this is Inspire 2016 with your monthly tarot reading for the month of September 2016. The first card for you is representing your condition at present. Your card is the Page of Cups. This card signifies the beginning of a creative project or venture. It is an indication that there is creative energy trying to burst forth into your consciousness. Explore this newfound creativity through art, drama, dance, etc. Your unconscious mind is also trying to speak to you, possibly through your dreams or through synchronistic encounters with significant people. The message to be taken is that you must be open to the unexpected, occasionally bizarre impulses of the creative spirit and not shut out inspiration simply because it does not fit in with a rational point of view. The Page of Cups may also be an indication that your intuition is very sharp and you may receive messages from your unconscious mind. You may be more inclined to act on a hunch or have a psychic experience. This is a good time to trust your intuition and your gut feeling. Often, the Page of Cups heralds a positive message or news from loved ones. You may hear about the birth of a child, an engagement or marriage, a wonderful ideal plan, pregnancy, a new relationship, travel plans, etc. This positive message is unexpected but welcomed, and you are likely to respond to the news or message in an emotional manner. The Page of Cups suggests that you are more likely to show or express your emotions now. You may be more emotional or moved by simple things. Do not be afraid to let your feelings show and to wear your heart on your sleeve. It is okay to be sentimental and romantic. Let your heart lead the way. The Page of Cups is like your inner child, youthful, free, creative, intuitive and inspired. This page has never been taught to suppress his innate emotional and intuitive power, and therefore he is a kindred spirit whose imagination is totally free to dream wonderful dreams and to create his life exactly as he chooses. In this way, the Page of Cups represents renewal of your emotional and creative self to allow that sense of freedom to reappear in your life. This card encourages you to take a fresh perspective on a difficult issue and to approach that situation with benefit of the doubt, love and compassion. The Page of Cups appearance tells you to never stop listening to your intuition and believing in your dreams. If you cease to dream, then your dreams shall never come true because they do not exist anymore. In your darkest moments, dreams can often provide a ray of hope through which the Page of Cups can manifest. Dare to dream and all things become possible. The second card for you is representing the immediate challenge or problem that you'll be facing. Your card is the Lovers. There will be a crossroad in your life and you have to decide which way to go. It can be decision making either on love or work. You have to choose one and abandon the other. You will hesitate very much as the outcome is unknown. Besides, this card means that you have to decide to do something right or to follow your inner desire. Thus, you should consider carefully if your decision will trouble others or if it is the right one. Moreover, this card also indicates that you are avoiding responsibility for the consequences of your own actions. You have made a rushed decision based purely on your desire for instant gratification and now you are trying to lay the blame on others or on fate. You must do what you can to make amends, but if this is not possible, let the past go and resolve to make better choices in the future. The Lovers can also indicate inner conflicts and being at war with yourself rather than with external forces. It suggests disharmony and difficulty in being able to balance your own inner union. Perhaps you are punishing yourself for something you have done or feel responsible for. To help you out of this situation, you will need to focus on clearly articulating your personal belief systems and values. This will help to guide you in making better decisions next time. In addition, you may need to return to the energy of the Hierophant and seek the counsel and advice of an institution or spiritual mentor. In a relationship reading, the Lovers indicates that there may be some imbalance. You may feel that a once close union is starting to fragment and break down. Your vibrations with each other may be out of tune, and you may feel as though you are both out of harmony. Despite an immense amount of potential when you first met, this potential is now being brought into question. You are starting to realize that your values are actually different and your visions of the future are different. These fundamental differences may be a showstopper for the relationship if they cannot be resolved. The Lovers may also reflect that the feelings within a relationship are not mutual. One person in the partnership may have stronger feelings than the other and may be more emotionally involved. This could lead to disappointments later down the track and feelings of insecurity about the relationship. You may be reluctant to open your heart up to the relationship for fear of getting hurt. You need to be aware that an imbalance in your relationships exists. With this in mind, you can alter your behavior to accommodate being out of sync with your partner or someone else who is important in your life. Work hard to bring things back to the level point and do not allow things to get out of control. You may be experiencing a slight downturn at this stage, but it certainly does not mean it is all over. Simply try to maintain the balance and harmonize your union together. The third card for you is representing your goal, aspiration or best outcome with regards to your situation. Your card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of the Cups is in touch with his intuition and emotions, and he uses them for his own good during his quests of romance and seduction. He is charming and attractive to others, regardless of their sex, while still expressing the romantic, poetic view of life in his unique way. He may be in love with love itself. This knight also looks to his emotions to provide a map for his life direction. He is someone who is ruled by his heart rather than his head. When faced with a decision, he will always go with what his heart tells him, whether it is logical or not. Decisions will be made without much thought and instead they are made drawing upon inner direction, with the experience of warmth, friendliness, love and the need to share these qualities with everyone. This card often appears as a messenger, an invitation or the arrival of someone or something with an emotional benefit. He offers an interesting invitation, which will result in an emotional experience that will bring high energy and lift you to an exhilarating state as new situations appear from nowhere. In addition to the physical sources of information, the Knight of Cups can also represent wisdom that comes from your dreams and that helps you to surmount life's obstacles. The Knight of Cups represents the undertaking of the creative adventure hinted at in the Page of Cups. Whereas the page encounters the mystical fish out of the golden cup and is thus initially inspired with creativity, the knight has already encountered his inspiration and is about to undertake the journey of imagination and creativity to which the unconscious has impelled him. If you are about to start a new creative project, direct your imagination into the real world. True imagination feeds on action, thus if you do nothing with your dreams they will remain vague and unrelated to the rest of your life. The Knight of Cups brings a warning about getting too caught up in fantasy and the romanticism of life. Fantasy excites but it lacks any real meaning as you deny your basic commitment to the world and your imagination produces nothing. Be open to exploring your passions and your grand ideas at this time. You may find that you have been drawn to a particular passion or hobby and now is the time to start turning into something. You do not need to go at a cracking pace, but it is important to balance your ideas with action and ensure that you are taking proactive steps to achieve your goals and ambitions. The fourth card for you is representing issues from the past that have led to your current situation. Your card is the Moon. You may have felt bad and lack of energy in life. You may have felt that you had been influenced by things coming into your life. During this time, you may be easily hit or worried too much as there is nothing certain in your life. For work, you may feel unconfident with your future at work. There is a problem that makes you worry. For love, if you find someone coming into your life and are beginning a relationship, please take time to know each other better. Do not over-expect as your situation in love is subject to change all time. The Moon is a psychological card of projecting fear into your present and your future, based on past experiences. The images, thoughts and feelings that you have repressed over time cause inner disturbances that are becoming overwhelming. As a result, you are now experiencing negative blocks within your personality, causing fear and anxiety. To remedy this, you need to go through a purging process whereby deep memories are released. This is a time when you need to go deep into your soul and dredge up your anxieties, fears, psychic blocks and personality disturbances. Many invisible things are coming to the surface, including secret motives, clandestine information and ancient hidden truths. These newly discovered resources may confuse you, but once they are brought to your awareness, they will no longer haunt you. The Moon is a card of illusion and deception, and therefore often suggests a time when something is not as it appears to be. Vigilance and clear perception will be necessary to find that which is hidden before it is too late. If other cards in the reading are negative, then the Moon shows that not all is as wonderful as you would think, and there are still hidden forces at play that may unravel your success. You may be idealizing the situation, and ignoring the fact that potential for failure exists among success. If the other cards are generally positive, then the Moon suggests that you are letting your imagination run away with you, and that things are not nearly as bad as they seem. In both cases you must open your eyes and see what is really going on. Guard against accepting illusions, as they may cause an error in your judgment. Oftentimes, the Moon appears in a reading when you are not sure of your destination, or even of the path you are traveling, but you travel nonetheless. You may have lost your way and are now left to walk in the dark, guided only by your inner light and intuition. You need to go on without a clear picture of where you are, where you are going, or where you have been. The Moon is a card of intuition and psychic forces, so let go of your conscious mental blocks or negative self-talk, and allow your intuition to guide you. Your dreams, intuitions, and inner promptings lead you forward toward higher levels of understanding if you listen carefully and use your judgment to help interpret the veiled messages of the unconscious. Not only will the way forward be revealed, but in many cases you will learn lessons about yourself that will be valuable in later journeys. The fifth card for you is representing your subconscious realm, the underlying feelings and trends associated with your current situation. Your card is the Temperance. You are learning to bring about balance, patience and moderation in your life. You have been able to take the middle road, avoiding extremes and maintaining a great sense of calm in your life. You have learned to keep calm in situations of great stress or anxiety, and you give the impression of being a swan, paddling madly underneath the water but appearing so graceful and elegant on the surface. You do not let things get to you, and you have found a place of peace where you can put things into perspective when things get hectic. Your respect for balance and tranquility is what will help you to achieve and experience fulfillment in your life. Your temperament will be well balanced, and you demonstrate good management and balance in your outlook on life. The Temperance card reflects that you have a clear, long-term vision of what you want to achieve. You are not rushing things along, rather you are taking your time to ensure that you do the best job you can. This card also reflects a higher learning in what you are doing and demonstrates that you are learning a great deal on your journey. You are at peace with what you are doing and it is all coming together very well. Your inner voice is guiding you gently to the right outcome and you are patiently listening and following. You have a very balanced perspective on the situation at this time and you are in a very good position to make the right choices. In relation to others, temperance represents adaptation, coordination, and tempering external influences. You are able to work in harmony with others and there is a heightened level of cooperation in your activities with others. You are able to combine forces and join with others in order to bring it all together. There is a beautiful synergy at work that leverages the right mix of talents, experiences, abilities and skills. Temperance asks you to be patient so that you can act with timing and precision. Patience and moderation will result in good management of all things. Do not feel that you need to rush, just let the situation evolve at its natural pace. Temperance can also reflect a period of self-evaluation in order to re-examine your life priorities. You are now seeking a much greater balance between your inner and outer selves, searching for a higher meaning and purpose in life. Throughout this transition, you may also experience a clash between the old and the new you, sometimes feeling confused about which direction you ought to take and what is really important to you. You will evaluate seclusion, detachment and retreats as methods for accomplishing great things. You will avoid pain, conflict and distractions and lessen your stress and anxiety. Looking inward will recharge you. There is nothing to fear, it is part of the process and without it change could not occur. The sixth card for you is representing your immediate future. Your card is the Justice. You will have an ambitious to be successful in your life. It will be the time that you have to work hard and face with many trifling problems. Overall, it will be a good opportunity to learn more about work. For work, there will be no outstanding progress. But if you keep working for a long time, you will certainly obtain an opportunity from your boss. For finance, be careful of your expenses as your financial situation is still unstable. Do not spend money as you wish because you may run short of money later. In the nutshell, this card represents justice, fairness, truth and the law. As an outcome, the Justice card indicates that the fairest decision will be made. You are being called to account for your actions and be judged accordingly. Notice that Justice's scales are balanced, thus its appearance indicates that events have worked out as they were meant to work out and that what is happening to you comes from the decisions you have made and the actions you have taken in the past. You have what you deserve. Justice represents a conscious awareness that your decisions and actions have long-term consequences and your present and future circumstances are most likely a result of these decisions and actions. At the same time, justice shows that your actions in the future can be changed by a lesson learned in the present situation. You cannot become honest without extending that honesty to yourself and others. Justice reflects the search for truth. You need to know and speak the truth and perceive it in the words and deeds of others. Be fair and just with all and you will soon be able to detect dishonesty in yourself and others. Learn the rules that govern what you are involved with. This is a time to remain objective and to base your judgment on fact and not on heresy. There is a need to be fair and just when you see the Justice card in a reading. When everyone is playing fair and adhering to the rules, a positive outcome will be achieved. However, you need everyone to be on the same page for this to occur. It is no good if there is someone who is going against the grain or trying to stir things up. The Justice card also indicates a time when decision-making is required. Something in your life needs attention, mediation or a solution. Look to the two cards lying on either side of the Justice card to understand what it is that you are weighing up in your decision making. As you contemplate your decision, are you the person to pass judgment, or is your role to accept the decision that is made? How can you remain as objective as possible, whilst searching for the truth of the matter? It is an important time for your inner umpire, that is your conscience, to make the right decision. Balanced judgment exists. Justice often refers to legal matters of all kinds. If you see the Justice card in a reading where there are legal matters at hand, expect the outcome to be just and fair. You are also likely to be dealing with legal contracts, such as a marriage license, divorce decree, business contract, financial arrangement or litigation. Where you are the person demanding justice, know that justice will be served and lawsuits won. Of course, if you have acted in a deceptive way or have not spoken the truth, be aware that justice will still prevail and you will need to take responsibility for your actions. The seventh card for you is representing the advice for you or what approach can be taken to address your current challenges. Your card is the Strength. During this time, there may be many problems which cause you stress and tired of handling them. However, no matter how discouraged you feel, if you do not give up and exercise your best effort, things will finally be resolved properly. For work, you must be very patient. For finance, you should control your expenses as you may spend money easily during this time. For love, you should be more submissive to your lover in order to have a smoother relationship. Overall, this card represents inner strength and the power of the human spirit to overcome any obstacles. The meaning of the Strength Tarot card is about knowing that you can endure life's obstacles by drawing upon your inner strength and confidence. You have great stamina and persistence, tempered by an underlying patience and inner calm. You are focused on what you need to do, and you go about it in a way that demonstrates great composure and maturity. The Strength card also reflects a compassionate approach. The qualities of Strength card are already in you, waiting to appear once you have mastered all your raw, foundational emotions and when you are ready to move on to the spiritual tasks that lie ahead. Its main lesson is that emotions must be transcended if spiritual wisdom and intuition are to be awakened. Your inner voice is often drowned out by the constant noise of emotion and preoccupation with fear. Only once you have eliminated these raw emotions can you begin to create the silence you need. So conquer your fears, control your impulses, and never lose patience with yourself or what you are doing. Eventually you will see the wisdom of letting go of your lower self. The Strength archetype teaches you that you have the strength to tame the beasts within yourself. Meditating on this card can assist your process of honoring and experiencing the inherent strength that is within your nature. The Strength card shows a balance of the aspects of you that are human, animal and divine. It may seem impossible, but love, kindness and a brave heart can bring them into balance. This card also indicates a time when you need to be very conscious of your instinctual urges and reactions, and bring them into balance with the greater good and meaning in life. This is not a time to act out in rage or in hatred, but instead to look at the situation from a place of love and compassion. The Strength card represents a higher level of consciousness that allows you to take responsibility for yourself, so that you can master yourself and your world. The Strength card reminds us that inside each of us is a passionate and instinctual side that, depending on the person, will either burst out frequently or infrequently. If you are one of those people who acts impulsively or irrationally, and who blurts out angry comments or negative things to others, the Strength Tarot card calls on you to try to tame yourself. The woman in this card is calmly subduing the lion by offering peace, love, and warmth. You may need to do the same to prevent yourself from leaping out at others and saying some things you might later regret. This card also offers you the hope of connecting with both your inner and outer strength. It asks you to find the confidence within yourself to present yourself to the world as strong, assertive, and persevering. If you have been self-doubting, the Strength Tarot card gives you the confidence to fight those doubts. Additionally, if you are feeling worn out or stressed, Strength says to you, things are going to get better. You are going to find the strength within yourself and within others to keep going. When strength appears in a tarot reading, you can be assured that you have enough endurance to see this task through to its eventual end. If you are pushing too hard, strength shows the need to withdraw for the moment, and to be patient. Enlightenment will come only when the time is right, it cannot be rushed. The 8th card for you is representing the external influences that can be the people, energies or events which will affect the outcome of your situation and are beyond your control. Your card is the Wheel of Fortune. There will be some changes, especially in your society. During this time, you may find that things are getting on the right track. For work, you will get an opportunity from people around you, including your colleagues, who will support you to progress. If you have any problem, you can ask for help from people around you as well. For finance, you will get an unexpected financial luck from people around you or your friends. This card refers to the fact that things tend to go in cycles. There are good times and there are bad times. Even if your external environment is difficult and challenging, there will come a time when this will ease off and you will be able to focus more on creating fun and frivolity. The lesson of the Wheel of Fortune is that you must accept that there are always ups and downs in life. If you were to have only good times, you would become less appreciative of what you have. Sometimes the bad times provide the contrast and perspective you need to be able to recognize how blessed you are when the good times come. So, when times are good, enjoy the benefits but do not become complacent because things can change. When times are bad, do not be discouraged because even when things seem their worst, it simply suggests that things can only get better. The Wheel of Fortune suggests that you should not simply stand still and accept what life hands you. You can take an active hand to try and remain on the upside of the wheel. When things are down, instead of waiting and hoping for things to get better, you can work actively towards improving your situation, thereby speeding up the recovery process. Finally, the wheel asks you to not become discouraged when faced with adversity. Adversity is a natural part of life and should be expected from time to time. The fact that bad times happen should not worry you. Accept them as natural and not necessarily indicative of problems. Instead, look for ways in which you can face and conquer the adversity. If it cannot be addressed, then that might be taken as a suggestion of a problem. The Wheel of Fortune suggests that there are external factors that are influencing your situation that may be unknown to you or outside of your control. It is as though the universe is just dishing up whatever it pleases at this time, and it can feel quite unpredictable and unnerving as a result, especially if you like being in control most of the time. This is one of the challenging aspects of the Wheel of Fortune, since no matter which way the Wheel of Fortune turns, it is impossible to try and change it. So, you might as well try to accept what is happening and adapt accordingly. If a crisis seems inevitable, recall that in every crisis lies opportunity. When you have been pushed in a new direction, know that every path leads somewhere, even if you do not know where it is. Such events are simply out of your control, and if you can accept that, then the ride gets a lot easier. If you struggle against the wheel, it will crush you. So just go with the flow. The Wheel of Fortune is about keeping optimistic and having faith in the universe that it will take care of the situation in the best way possible. You need to remain optimistic yourself, thinking positively and keeping as upbeat as possible. Through meditation and visualization, the Wheel of Fortune can assist and reinforce your intention to bring increased abundance, good fortune and prosperity into your life. This archetype allows your life to turn in more positive directions if you are willing to grow and expand. This is also a lucky time in life when you are sensing the action of fate and destiny working in your favor. You may even be witnessing miracles or a very fortunate series of events. The wheel represents karma and reminds you that what goes around comes around. In the upright position, you are likely to be at the positive end, but again, do not become complacent. You still need to act in ways that are fundamentally good to ensure that luck or positivity stays on your side. The Wheel of Fortune speaks of a pivotal point in your life, where new options become possible. The appearance of the Wheel of Fortune shows that change is not only likely to happen, it is certain to happen, and soon. Generally, the change shown in the Wheel of Fortune is a dramatic change from the established order. These changes are distinctly personal and may require making a first step on a new and unfamiliar path. You may also need to alter your present course, move things in a different direction, or turn things around to ensure that you are creating the right outcomes in your life. The 9th card for you is representing your hopes, wishes, dreams and fears. Your card is the 7 of Cups. At this time, you will be confused with yourself. You would like to do many things at this same time or have many creative ideas but cannot bring them to life. Thus, if you have any good idea to do something, you should act on it and make it happen at this time. The result will be as good as you expected. Also be careful of your distraction. You should find time for meditation or relaxation or stress relief. You may have many inner desires, but some of them may not be fulfilled in reality. This card also indicates that the images in your mind must be dealt with not only in your dreams but in the world of reality. Be careful of wishful thinking or illusions in the choices you currently face. If you are constantly caught up in your own dreams, fantasies, and/or fears, we will never be able to move forward and make those dreams a reality or overcome those fears. Therefore, the 7 of Cups indicates that although dreaming is beautiful and provides inspiration for action, you must at some point abandon your castles in the sky and begin to build those castles in your real life. A choice must be made even though the apparent multiplicity of options seems to paralyze you with either fear or excessive anticipation. If you are unable to make a decision because of too many options, it is time to carefully evaluate the pros and cons of each option and make a thoughtful choice. You also need to be very clear about what it is you are working towards so that you can make the best choice. Make your decision with caution, as all is not what it seems to be. Great opportunities may turn out to be major problems later on, while less enticing options may turn out to be golden opportunities. With the 7 of Cups, there is a risk of illusion. You need to separate what is real from what is illusion. Protect yourself against unclear or wishful thinking and habitual daydreaming. Avoid intoxication and escapism. Oftentimes, this card shows choices and plans that have little or no basis in reality. Such things are typical of the developed imagination, and fine if they stay in the imagination. However, when you try to implement those ideas in the real world, you are leaving yourself open to inevitable disappointment when you realize that your vision simply does not work. Temptation is associated with the 7 of Cups. With so many choices presented to you, it is easy to be swayed to that cup containing the snake of jealousy and cunning. Since this card is from the suit of cups, the temptation is likely to be sexual or emotional in nature. The one-night stand, the extramarital affair, and all those other things that seem innocent and pleasurable at the time they are undertaken. But in the vast majority of cases, the pleasure gained temporarily is far outweighed by the consequences that last, in most cases, for an entire lifetime. The last card for you is representing the outcome. Your card is the Two of Pentacles. This card indicates the necessity for balance between opposing desires and interests. Life will always be uncertain, yet if you can produce balance and harmony among all the demands upon you, you will ultimately live happily and in prosperity. This card also serves as a reminder to remain alert, agile and patient as you attempt to juggle your family, your friends, work, finances, health and new challenges. You need to be very clear on your priorities and where you want to invest your time and energy. There is a tendency to be distracted by day-to-day affairs and general busyness, so prioritizing your activities and carefully managing your time is essential. The Two of Pentacles brings you back down to earth and reminds you to not only focus on your broader life goals but to also make sure your day-to-day affairs are in order. This is a card of good time management and financial management, ensuring that your bills are paid on time, that you keep a record of all your appointments and daily commitments, etc. It may sound tedious having to focus your attention on these more mundane issues, but this card reminds you that sometimes getting on top of your daily affairs is as important as pursuing your broader life goals. Sometimes, the Two of Pentacles can indicate that there are problems and difficulties in the future. There may be obstacles erected which hinder the attainment of what you wish to pursue or obtain in life. The situation may cause undue worry, and again, you will be required to juggle your priorities and manage your time effectively to stay on top of the situation. Similarly, the Two of Pentacles predicts change. You need to be able to cope with change, remaining flexible and adaptable in your approach. Rather than putting all your eggs in one basket, you may be better to keep two or more things going at once so you have the luxury of choice, should one option fall through. You must stay centered while you stay flexible and keep informed. Look for new possibilities, be open to change and go with the flow as best you can. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Four of Summer. Daily life can be full of hectic activities. You could grow distracted and not notice opportunities that are being offered to you. You may become so focused on what you don't have that you completely discount the gifts that you have been given. It's very important to spend time in nature, to take time to quiet your mind and heart. When doing so, you can ask God, the angels, and the fairies for messages about what opportunities are around you that you may not be seeing. Heaven is always offering you magical presents, but you have to be open to experiencing these gifts. A fairy stands in a prayer-like pose, clearly worrying over what she feels she has lost. Meanwhile, wonderful new opportunities beg for her to take notice of them. Additional meanings of this card: taking someone or something for granted, the power of meditation, a lack of motivation, not seeing the forest for the trees, daydreaming.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get the instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.